that I would make some zucchini bread as well. I have a really awesome recipe that my mother-in-law has brought to me, and it is almost like a zucchini bread that is kind of like a coffee cake. It doesn't have the crumbles on it or anything, but it is awesome, really super moist, and just absolutely delicious. So let's get to that first. And so we're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. I like this organic sugar from Costco. Okay, oops. Sorry about the noise on that. We're going to put 2.5 cups of flour. I don't usually use my finger for that. Two. And 1/2 flour. We have 1 cup of oats. Stick that in there. And I'm just gonna mix those ingredients together a little bit. We have 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I just usually, or 3/4 teaspoon of salt, a couple pinches of that. Okay, and then we have a teaspoon of baking powder. There we go. That's baking soda. Oh, it's 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So let's take a little bit of that out. Oopsie. We all make mistakes when we cook. Took a little bit out, we're okay. This is the baking powder. Okay, there we go. Or sorry, it's 2.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. We're gonna go ahead and add a tablespoon and 1/2, because we like the cinnamon in this family. Okay, together so that all the dry ingredients come in together. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of raisins. And I'll have this recipe below. Okay, there's our raisins. I'm going to chop up some walnuts really quick. Excuse my name. Okay, So in the recipe, it calls for a cup of nuts. I'm going to save some of these nuts to put on top. Just a little sprinkle like that. So we have 1 cup of chopped nuts. And then I'm going to give that another little mix. Okay. Now for our wet ingredients. I'm going to put this aside. Okay, so our wet ingredients are 3 eggs, these are farm fresh eggs. You want your eggs sitting on the counter if you get them out of the fridge. 1/4 cup of applesauce. Okay. And then we have 1/4 cup of melted butter, which is 1/2 a stick. So I'm going to cut that in half and melt that in my microwave. So don't put your cinnamon and sugar away because you're going to make a little topping for this. Tablespoon sugar, and then 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. You're going to mix that together, and that's going to be sprinkled on the top. And I'm going to make sure that it's, oh, and then our 2 cups of zucchini earlier. So I went ahead and grated some zucchini while I was at it. So that is all done. And then we will preserve some of this zucchini in Ziploc bags and put them in the freezer. There's cup 1. And cup 2. Now the rest of this I will be putting in Ziploc bags. We're just going to mix those ingredients together. Smells heavenly. We forgot our vanilla. We can't forget that. This is how we do vanilla in our house. That is supposed to be a teaspoon of vanilla. I think I probably put a dash of probably a tablespoon. Okay, and when you're mixing this, you always want to get out a rubber spatula to make sure that you have everything mixed thoroughly, all the way down to the bottom of your mixer. Okay, that is it. This will make about 3 loaves. And so we're gonna preheat the oven. Right now I'm making, I'm doing 2 videos. I'm making zucchini chips. So I'll leave a link for that video and vice versa. In the zucchini chip video, I'll leave a link for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and get these in bowls that are sprayed and ready to go, and they will be the next thing that goes in my oven. You want to preheat your oven to 350 for this recipe. So you want to fill each one of these up about halfway. Actually, I'm just going to put this in 2 containers. My mother-in-law usually makes this recipe, and so she does things a little different. I like things to go over top a little bit. They have to cook a little bit longer, but they stay moister, I think. Okay, put our little bit of nuts on the top. Our cinnamon and sugar, and I just put it in this little container, or this 1/2 cup container. Mix that together, and then sprinkle that on. The top there. Just like so. That's going to give it a nice crispy top of cinnamon goodness. Oh, that's what they look like before we put them in the oven. In the oven for about 35 minutes. Mine took 45 minutes to 50 minutes. I can't remember exactly. So just watch it for your oven and your timer. You know, we fill it up at different rates and all of that. Keep on checking that. I filled it a little more than my mother-in-law would fill the pans so that they actually rose to the top. And they took about 50 minutes. So it kind of depends on your oven and all of that good stuff. We'll taste it in just a few minutes. We got to let it cool down a little bit. Now let's give it a taste. Oh. I like that crispy top that the sugar and cinnamon gives us. That's what it looks like inside. That is really good, guys. Got to try this recipe. Nice and moist. We'll see you next time here on Hedgehog's Homestead. And of course, the recipe will be below. God bless and have a great and wonderful day. Bye.